Hi everyone, today I'm parked at a service area quite close to the M58, which in my opinion is Merseyside's quietest motorway. And I've got cold, hard, tax-free cash today with a simple message. Race me to win £50. Don't worry everyone, I haven't gone completely off my rocker. But what did you think of my suggestion? Quite simply, it would be dangerous, illegal and utterly stupid. But it's exactly what one cycling YouTuber recently did for his content.
Oh, it's a strong start. It's a strong start.
Cameron Jeffers is an established YouTuber who produces cycling content, and interestingly, a recent video of his came up in my suggestion box that features him doing exactly the same as I've just suggested.
We're here at the bottom of Box Hill, the world's most ridden climb, and we've got cold, hard, tax-free cash. And today, with a simple message, race me to win £50. So, we have the sign, and I think we're just going to pop it here on the first hairpin on the first corner, try and grab people's attention.
Cameron decided to shoot this video at apparently the world's most ridden cycling climb, which is a place called Box Hill, which is just north of Dorking in Surrey. His first race was against Sam and Sean, and it was clear that the road was not shut, but in fact looked quite busy with other motorists and cyclists. Part of the way through the first race, it looked as though one of the cyclists cut the corner on a sharp hairpin bend when the view was quite restricted around the corner. Anyone could have been travelling downhill in the opposite direction towards where the cyclist was on the wrong side of the road. And you can see by the footage just after that the view was quite restricted with vegetation. By Cameron's own admission, Sean set a furious pace, but at the finish where fatigue is highest, Cameron put his head down and just went for it.
Sean set a furious pace. We were flying. It was taking every ounce of strength to hold his wheel. But with 100 meters to go from the line, I put my head down and just went for it.
I know only too well, due to my previous career as a professional footballer, that the first thing that fails when you are fatigued is your brain. Judgment, observation and speed of thought are all massively reduced. There are certain reports to say driving while tired is just as bad as driving while under the influence of alcohol, but Cameron is pushing himself and, more worryingly, strangers who he does not know to this extreme level on public roads, all in the name of content.
Almost. Thank you. That was a very I mean, you can tell by my voice that was a very valiant effort. All right.
I asked Cameron in the comments section of his video what he thought about the road safety aspect of what he was doing. He was positive that it was safe and okay, and said that it came down to, as a cyclist, to know what is or what isn't safe. He also added he obviously wasn't going to put himself into a state of danger for the sake of a YouTube video. I disagree strongly, and he also had little thoughts for the people he challenged. They saw the chance of earning themselves a quick £50 and, as I've already pointed out, put themselves at an increased risk. Cameron played this risk down and thought I was reaching a little here. There were also a couple of other comments saying that the video was pretty harmless and I should get a grip because it was a bit of fun. One of the other comments also said, isn't that just the same as overtaking a slow cyclist? But I don't think the other road users were particularly slow for that section of road. It was more like Cameron and his challengers were going as fast as they could. Don't forget, that's the whole idea of the video. Benny was the next challenger and took an even bigger risk at the same hairpin bend as Sean earlier. He overtook Cameron by taking the inside line.
Oh, we took the inside. That was sneaky, I like it.
Then quite soon the two cyclists encountered some traffic in front that had reduced their speed due to the width of the road and some oncoming vehicles.
And just went for it. He opened up a sizable gap and was pulling away. However, things got a little bit hairy at the top when we got some traffic congestion.
The cyclist proceeded to overtake just as the situation began to clear ahead. The lead cyclist, which looks as though it's Cameron's challenger, doesn't seem to have the pace to overtake safely, but the footage quickly finishes. At this point, the lead vehicle that we can see had another cyclist in front and could have been looking to do an overtake also. Do you think it's safe to overtake someone else when they could be looking to do an overtake themselves?
I knew at this moment when Benny looked back and swung from right to left, he'd blown his gasket. And I managed to power my way through to the finish line and take the win.
Yes! Well done, man.
Any overtake should be safe, legal and worth it. It may have been legal, but I don't think it was safe. In the eyes of the challenger though, it was definitely worth it because they had a chance of winning £50.
Thank you very much. That's great. Is that actually good?
Yeah. So part of the video, man.
There were a couple of other challenges which showed a similar level of risk.
I couldn't shake Sam. I was trying to lead it out, keep the pace nice and high, but he was there. He was glued to my back wheel.
Halfway point won't happen. Is he going to dash at the inside again? Oh, he does! Oh, the inside again!
For my final part of my analysis of this video, I would like to use some Department of Transport national statistics. This information can easily be found online and it's from Reported Road Casualties in Great Britain, Pedal Cycle Fact Sheet 2020. This fact sheet gives an overview and key statistics on pedal cyclists involved in road collisions in Great Britain as reported by or to the police. And it also examines the main trends in collisions involving pedal cyclists and the casualties involved. I'm going to be looking at the contributory factors in collisions, which provides an insight into how collisions occur. These factors should also be interpreted with caution as they're likely to be affected in part by preconceptions police officers have of certain vehicle groups, but they're still a useful resource of understanding. How many of these factors that increase risk for cyclists could have been related to the video we're looking at today? Let's take a look. First of all, I'm going to quickly explain the table. Effectively, these are the reasons why a fatal or a serious accident has happened with a pedal cycle. Let's look at the bottom metric. The driver or rider was impaired by alcohol. This was a factor in 479 of fatal or serious collisions with pedal cycles. 313 times out of this, it was the pedal cycle that was impaired by alcohol, and 167 times was the non-pedal cyclist. I don't think any alcohol was used in this video, so we can exclude that metric. But what about the next one above, not displaying lights at night or in poor visibility? Although the weather was good and bright, there are a few dull sections underneath the trees. Cameron didn't have any lights on his bike, and neither did most of the other challengers, so this is one area of risk confirmed. Were the cyclists travelling too fast for the conditions? Well, some of the time, obviously yes. And this isn't the only clip of footage that we could demonstrate this. The next one above, loss of control, I think has just been demonstrated by that last footage. With the speed and close proximity to that oncoming vehicle whilst he was overtaken, Cameron could have easily ended up under the wheels. Moving to the next metric above, the rider was wearing dark clothing could also be a possible risk. Cameron was wearing black and green with only a white helmet. Combine this with the lack of lights and under the dappled shade of the trees and it could have been a problem. The next one above, a poor turn or manoeuvre, is a definite yes with how we saw some of the cyclists take that hairpin.
Gonna dash at the inside again. Oh, he does. Oh, the inside again.
There weren't any problems with cyclists entering the road from the pavement, but the final and top three of driver or rider careless, reckless or in a hurry, and driver or rider failed to judge the other person's path or speed, and driver or rider failed to look properly are all a strong possibility with the evidence that we've seen in this video. So in summary, Cameron and all his challengers did increase risk quite dramatically in my opinion. Racing any other road users on a public road is absolutely ridiculous, but I will add it's not as dangerous as motorists doing the same. The roads are not a racetrack, but are a way to get us from A to B. Nothing more.
I'm waiting this time. Oh no, he went early. No. No. Ah. Oh. Oh my God.
I've said before, people with influence need a greater degree of responsibility, and this isn't showing here. The updated hierarchy rules in the Highway Code do not remove the need for everyone to behave responsibly. I don't think racing a member of the public on a public road for £50 is responsible. Keep safe everyone, and I'll see you soon.